Are we live? And they catch it?
You're on.
We're live? Welcome to today's broadcast. This evening, welcome to the Indiana State Girls High School Lacrosse Regional Championship, the Northern Region. Tonight's lineups are being announced now.
Number 5, Tessa Schrager.
Should be quite a matchup. Earlier this season, these two teams squared off at the beginning of the year. Noblesville was able to take away the win on that night. Probably the first game for each of the teams. Cold and windy day.
Down at Warren Central.
Down at Warren Central. So Penn has had a lot of wins since that day and have been playing very well, so I expect a very competitive game from the Kingsmen. They have four girls that actually are going to be playing in college next year, senior players, so that's pretty exciting for them. Noblesville has a couple of girls that are going to be playing next year at the collegiate level. We are at the lovely White River Soccer Complex for Noblesville Schools, and we're playing on grass tonight, which is totally different experience for some of these girls. Most of the time we play on turf.
Yeah, that's right. Tonight we're going to be broadcasting live from White River Soccer Stadium here in Noblesville, Indiana. Your hosts, Joe Morris and Jeff Potter. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
So here's our Lady Millers starting lineup.
At defense, number 23, Kylie Morris.
Kylie's had a good season this year.
Aaron Wilson.
Part of a really good sophomore class that we have.
Grace Hammond.
Well, as they announce these defensive players, one thing that is they got a common denominator. They're all basketball players.
And they're all sophomores.
Yes. Well, that's
4 for 4.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, interesting enough, you look at this roster, heavy on sophomores, and they got a lot of experience last year on that 22-1 Noblesville team.
They did. And they're demonstrating their importance to this team right now. All year they've been integral parts of this team. So the future looks bright for the Millers. And this class is going to move on. There's a strong group of freshman girls that will enter next year as well. So I think we're set up for a nice run.
Well, I will tell you, we've talked about this a number of times, Rob Green and I. One of the unique things I've seen on this particular team, and I think it's a compliment to the program, and that is the number of seniors we have. And last year in particular, with the background they had, the wins and success they've had coming up through the ranks, we'll talk about that in a moment as we pay tribute to our nation's flag for our national anthem.
Remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
All right, so here we are for the Northern Region Regional Championship. The host, Lady Millers, hosting the Penn High School marksmen, the Kingsmen, the Lady Kingsmen. So it's black and gold versus black and gold tonight.
Yeah.
Noblesville wearing white, the Lady Kingsmen wearing gold. So one of the things I was starting to say is that what's unique about this program, in my estimation, for Noblesville, is that the leadership on these seniors. Last year as juniors, there was high anticipation about what they could do, and they went and made a run, going 20-0, 21-0 before tournament play for them. And the way they were able to take these first-year players, like these sophomores now, they were freshmen, and take them under the wing, it was awesome to see the synergy, the work that they put on the field, and also off the field and team building sessions, and the parents, just how it all came together. You don't see that in a lot of sports.
I think the coaching staff deserves a lot of credit with that. They do a lot of activities to foster that kind of relationship. And that is a little different sometimes. Sometimes teams get structured and the seniors are high and mighty and they look down at the freshmen or don't include them. That's not how they operate as a coaching staff, and that's not their expectation. They're looking to build a program.
And it's evident this year, right? So last year you had a number of these underclassmen or first-year players swinging from JV to varsity. This year we had a full roster JV team with a number of first-year players, and they had some success. They got better as the season went along. You had those underclassmen from last year move up to varsity, and here we are with a full varsity, full JV. We've had a couple, 3 or 4 move up to the varsity tournament team during this run. But even in the youth level, the numbers are up. So it's really exciting for what we got today, the expectations today, and the rest of the tournament, and then moving on in the future.
Looks like we've got Hannah Potter, number 11, and Becca Broadwick, number 17.
Hannah Potter, All-American. We'll be taking her talents to Central Michigan next year. I think you know her pretty well.
Yeah, she's very excited. Becca Broadwick is going to play next year at Lee over in Ohio. So
Becca plays for the
Kingsman.
Here we go. We're going to get this kicked off right now. Tonight's championship matchup between Millers and Penn. You mentioned about us playing on natural turf, grass. We haven't done that. I don't even know the last time we've done that, but
up at Culver, that might have been the last time.
Last year?
Yeah. It's because they don't let us onto their pristine turf field.
Well, Hare Chevrolet is getting a new face, new turf, and so it's under construction. So here we are now playing here.
Kingsman get the draw. Headed upfield. Grayson Papp, one of their other good players, number 24.
She'll be taking her talents to Concordia.
Miller's good defensive posture right now. Kingsman working the ball around the perimeter. Right now we have it back behind the goal. Tonight, the keys to tonight's game are really going to be between the 30s. The transition defense for the Millers, their ability to stop that transition, and our ability to move the ball on the offense in transition. And then obviously the draw is critical, and we didn't get that first one, so let's keep an eye on that. Shot wide, out of bounds to Penn.
Yeah, I agree with you. Defense is going to be one of those things. We can't be playing on our heels. We've got to be playing at a point of attack. Offensively, pass, set up plays, and that draw, the luck of the draw, right?
Good swarming defense. Nice cut. Block.
Nice defense.
Shot by
That's a good stop by Meredith Hayes.
Meredith on a great stop there. Ball in transition up the field. A little tight pass there.
Can't have those.
Nope. Ball down. Mia comes up with Mia Blackburn.
Freshman, true freshman, playing on the varsity this year. She's had a good season.
She has had a good season. Solid contributor. Team's going to expect a lot of things from her over the next 3 years. Bad throwaway. Penn picks up the ground ball. Back. The goalie's way outside the goalie zone. Trying to put some pressure on her.
What we got? What's called?
Got I think a little shove there on Ellie Palmer. So she'll go 4 behind. 4 behind, so those term. That's the referees.
Nice interception.
Almost.
Yep.
Ground ball picked up by Hannah Potter.
Over to Taylor Geisen. In transition, that's what
Newman.
we're talking about.
There
That's
we go.
what we need.
1-0.
That's what we need to be seeing. Last
So-
few weeks, we haven't seen that.
They were able to put enough pressure on that ball on transition defense, which we were talking about earlier. Taylor got a hand on the ball to block it. Hannah Potter picks it up. She hits Taylor in transition, moving to the goal. She sees Grace Newman cutting across the 8-meter, hits her with the ball, boom.
Yes. And, you know, that when you see the previous games that we've struggled, particularly in the first half, it's been about transition passing.
Yeah.
And here, there was a great execution defensively, and I'm hopeful that they have an intensity level that we haven't seen in a while on the first half, and it looks like that's happening.
Did you announce the goals and assists? Because I heard nothing. Did you do it? I didn't hear anything.
That ball. That draw didn't really get up over the shoulders. Penn controls the draw again. Ball down.
Kylie Deep Morris with some good defense. That's what we need.
Helped force that turnover. Hannah Potter picked it up. And looks like she gets mowed over. So goggles off. Whenever the goggles come off, referees stop play so the players can get that taken care of. Safety is ultimately the primary goal of the officials in these games, to make sure these girls play as injury-free as possible.
Well, that's what we need, stingy defense and playing tough like that, creating opportunities.
Another foul on the play. A little stick check there. Hannah Potter running the ball up the field. Player coming on behind her. She gets it off to Hannah Natvig.
She's fun to watch.
Taylor Geisen now with the ball. In the little traffic. Loses the ball. Foul on that in the sphere. In the sphere means that the stick got somewhere above the shoulders near the head. Safety play.
This is where there's loose balls like that, we got to be able to run down.
We got a cover on Penn. Ball turn. They forced the pressure on the throw. Made a tough pass that wasn't to anybody, and Noblesville picks it up. We got Hannah Natvig with the ball out top. Moves it over to Taylor Geisen. Now to Hannah Potter. Oh, she had Natvig missed the ball right in front of the goal. Good pass.
Thought Mia might have had it there for a second.
That's one you got to catch in front of the goal, because that was a good ball. Penn's moving the ball up the field, struggling with the ball.
Good defense.
Hannah Potter with a forced turnover. Ground ball finds the player upfield. Get a foul.
Well, today's broadcast is being brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years in the business. We also like to thank our other great sponsors like Noblesville Trophies, Wofford Theater, Community Health, Church Hill on Atrium, Ivy Tech, Smith Jewelers, Mark Harbrandt, Bolden Sassy Salon, Indiana Restoration, and Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Center. We appreciate their sponsorship and support tonight's broadcast.
So we got a defensive penalty on Penn. Player was inside the 8-meter line, not guarding anybody. You're not allowed to do that. So she has to move 4 behind on the other side of the field, gives us a little bit of an advantage. So Hannah Potter misses that ball.
And now we got a run by Penn. And right now it's nice interception by Erin Wilson.
Nice interception by Erin Wilson. Just picked off that pass. That was
is
beautiful.
Awesome.
She's had good success with that this year. The ball's down on the ground. A little shove by Grace Hammond. She got a little pressure. Now they're going to get a free position shot. Let's see if Meredith can make another great stop here. Score's 1-0. We have 19 minutes left in the first half.
All right, tie it up. That's a tough place to be.
Yep, tie ball game.
Well, it looked good, that interception. I mean, we need more of those, and that was a good play by Erin Wilson.
It was. Just an unforced error that we just can't have. Number 9 on the goal for Penn on the free position shot. That is Katie Turner.
Senior.
Senior.
Well, this Penn team's much improved from the start of the season, it looks like.
Their defense looks pretty stout. Their transition game looks to be pretty good. It's one of those things that, you create a turnover and then you give the ball right back, and that's one of those things you just cannot afford to do when you're playing a good team.
And not this point in the season, right? We're in
Right.
tournament play.
You have to protect the ball at all times.
So here we are with the draw. Taylor Geisen taking the draw. It seems like a lot of these draws are low like that. Is that? I've heard a lot of rumblings about that. Tell me about that.
To me, it seems like the draw supposed to get up over the shoulder, and those didn't seem to be getting up over the shoulder. So ball down on the ground. They made the
Nice scrum.
picked up the draw, took it right down the field, and Meredith made another block. We got a ball that's down on the ground.
Good play by Penn.
Penn on the attack after a wild scrum for the ball. Oh, a great shot. It was
Some
partially
velocity on that.
deflected by Meredith. The ball landed right at her feet. She didn't know where it was for a second.
You can't do that.
Another unforced turnover. Ball going back to Penn. That's let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think 4 in the last
Errors.
minute and a half.
Yeah, turnovers kill you. So we need to sharpen it up a little bit. Not force anything that we're not familiar with.
I can't think of any sport where you can survive a turnover barrage. And the pick in front of the goal there. That was nice. Good defense.
There we
Ball
go.
down again. Forced turnover by Grace Newman. Picked up by Hannah Natvig. Get rid of the ball. There she goes. Kat Green
Green.
with the ball. One of that talented sophomore
Yeah,
class.
she sure is.
Passes off to Mia
Mia
Blackburn.
Blackburn.
Drops the ball on the shot. Ball down, knocked away by Hannah Natvig. Though open check there, so ball goes back to Penn. Penn's held the ball for a great amount of the time here.
They sure have. 16:40 in the game. We got a tie ball game, 1-1.
Another forced turnover. Grace Newman coming out of the pack with it. Hits Hannah Potter. She takes it back out top.
Like a true point guard.
That position up at the top really does function like a point guard from basketball. There are a lot of similarities between these sports: basketball, hockey, soccer. And one might say that all of those sports took their cue from lacrosse, being that lacrosse was played by Native Americans here many, many years before all the other sports. Almost turnover there. Noblesville being a little careless with the ball today.
Well, maybe they'll get it together. So here we are.
Grace Newman finds Taylor Geisen. Defense looking pretty strong for Penn, doing a nice job.
Nice pass.
Nice pass to Ellie Palmer, who tried a shot, got blocked there.
Stop by Veronica Cricket.
Nice defense.
Great defense by Hannah Natvig. Blocks the goalie's
Yes.
attempt out. She tries a pass. It hits the ground.
We got a scrum again. We got control of the ball. Noblesville control the ball.
Noblesville's got the ball. Hannah Natvig back out to Taylor Geisen.
Nice pass.
Grace
There we
Newman.
go. Nice.
Grace Newman at 15:06 puts the Millers up 2-1.
Using that turf, it's like a 13th man. La Turf. She's a heck of a teammate.
Grace is been a 4-year starter for the Millers. This senior class has really done some incredible things on the field, and they are going to be greatly missed. As freshmen, they played a lot of JV and varsity games, the whole games, because we didn't have enough girls, and it certainly helped them learn the game very quickly, and they've worked really hard to put themselves into a position to be successful, and I think they certainly like to help these younger girls follow in those footsteps.
I believe Rob shared with me, Rob Green, that in their career, their 4-year career, they've won like 90% of their games.
Probably not that many. Their freshman and sophomore years were a little shaky. Another draw for the Kingsmen. That's what, the fourth one now. The defense has been pretty good. Their transition has really put pressure on Penn to move the ball and creating some opportunities for turnovers. Number 4 is a freshman for the Kingsmen. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3. We got offside on the Millers.
Millers were offside.
You have to keep four players back on the defensive side of the restraining line. So we got caught out of shape there. A mistake that really shouldn't be happening at this point of the season.
Nice steal.
Nice
by the
steal.
goalie.
Meredith Hayes with a great steal, looking to make a good outlet pass here. There we go. And here we go.
Mia
Ball up the
Blackburn.
field, Mia Blackburn. Into the
Potter.
midfield to Potter. To Geisen. Kayla Kubel shoots it right into the goalie's net.
How to use that turf.
Great transition offense. That's what we talked about. They needed to do that really well. That's a really good example of what good transition offense looks like. 3-4 passes up the field into scoring position. The defense couldn't do much about it.
Kylie with the
Interception
steal.
again and fouled on the play. Nice interception by Kylie Morris. Kylie has really picked up playing time this year, developing into a nice player. She has skills to play offense and defense. Developing very nicely. Going to be a key contributor over the next couple of years.
Something to look forward to.
Wow.
There's a number of them. You know, that JV group that had those first-year players, I thought did a great job. Started slow and got strong, and going to be an opportunity for them down the road.
Miller's trying to push the pressure inside, moving the ball with some tight passing lanes with some double teams. The Kingsmen doing a nice job double teaming things. Oh, a charge called on number 11.
Haven't seen that happen too many times.
No. But a good defensive position by Penn. What do we got?
Got a timeout,
by
Penn.
Timeout Penn on the field.
Well, with 12:18 left in the first, we've got the Lady Millers 2, the Lady Kingsmen 1. So what are going to be the keys tonight?
Well,
What have you seen so far?
the draw is a big key. Penn has been controlling the draw. Control the draw, generally have more success at scoring. And they've had possession of the ball in the offensive quadrant of the field far much more than Noblesville's had it. Now, Noblesville runs kind of a quick strike offense generally. It's a lot of transition where they're moving the ball very quickly into scoring possessions. You know, I think the other night against Northridge, they scored 4 goals in under a minute. So I mean, it's what we saw a minute ago where they got the ball out, moved it up the field in 3-4 passes, taking a shot. That's what Noblesville likes to do, transition offense. So the key there, the draw, the defense has been holding pretty nicely.
Yeah, we've had a lot of shots down there. I mean, a lot of play.
Yeah. So they're doing their end of the bargain. Now offensively, we've got to get into that transition offense a little bit faster, and we've got to be a lot stronger with the ball. Turnovers are probably the next key at this point. We got to clean that part up. I would imagine Coach Mitchell's talking about turnovers right now and playing sloppily.
We got soft drinks, candy, popcorn,
Well, turnovers is what's put us in the position we've been in.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they'll get that ironed out. It seems that we've had tendencies that once we have a wake up, so to speak.
This is probably a good timeout for the Millers. Give
Sure.
them without her having to take it. I do like what I've seen defensively so far. Offensively, we've been a little weak with the ball around the goal on a couple of shots where we've just kind of laid them in or shot it directly at the goalie. When you're playing a good team with a good goalie, you got to go with it, some gusto.
Mm-hmm. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Hamilton County TV, Hamilton County Television. Watch Hamilton County TV live on demand or on your smartphone, smart TV, Apple TV, Roku TV, phone, plus any device with the YouTube app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.hctvyoutube.com. Go to our website, check us out, look at all the calendar for upcoming sporting events. We host many sporting events throughout Hamilton County, various sports, and we're glad that they're here to broadcast this championship matchup between our Lady Millers and the Lady Kingsmen from Penn. We got a nice crowd here tonight. I think it will pick up as we get an opportunity to play forward.
I think the folks are being treated to something a little different because we've been playing on turf for the last several years just to see what it looks like on grass. The groundskeeper here at Noblesville did a tremendous job with this field. It looks fantastic.
Great. It does look great. We're fortunate to have something like this, another facility. So here we are. We're going to kick this off now. 12:18 left in the first half. Lady Millers leading 2-1. See a lot of white shirts.
That's what you want to do is put pressure on the ball there, and they had a chance at a double team, and they just didn't get her pushed off. But they forced the turnover.
That's what you want.
Now they just got to pick it up.
Capitalize. Got to capitalize.
That was the defense that they were looking for. Penn on the drive. Shooting space violation on the Millers.
Shooting space on the left.
This puts the goalie in a tough spot.
It sure does.
You got to collapse hard.
Number 24, Grayson Papp on the goal at 11:35. We're tied at 2.
Number 24, Grayson Papp on the goal for the Lady Kingsmen. Back at Broadwick.
Taylor Geisen back out on the draw.
Taylor Geisen.
Let's see if we can win one of these.
It sure be nice. Let's see. That's 4. This is 5. This will be the 6th draw. Penn has won 5 of them.
Last week we had a lot of luck. I mean, when we made a couple of adjustments, Kat Green won a lot of those draws. That really changed the difference in the game, didn't it?
It did.
Let's see what Taylor can do.
There we go.
We got one.
Grace Newman picks it up. Advancing the ball up the field. Finds Taylor Geisen. Ball down. She controls it. Taylor Geisen is a tremendous player. Going to play next year at Cincinnati. Her stick skills are just amazing. And when she can fully extend the stick with her arm, she's just so athletic, and she can make plays that a lot of other people just can only dream about.
Yeah, it looks great when she's on point. And you can say that about a lot of these seniors. I mean, all the seniors have had a lot of success. Oh,
that was a great pass, and Grace Newman was set up
Kat
for
Green
a
with
shot.
a nice pass.
And I think she got fouled on it. Grace Newman tries again. Ball blocked by the goalie.
They're letting them play tonight.
They are. I think she definitely got fouled on that first shot. She came back. They hung with it. They're covering all the Penn players, making the goalie wait it out here to try and find somebody to throw it to. Miller's hoping that they make a bad pass.
So the goalie's just holding on to the ball, looking for a good outlet. That could be good or bad. Miller's playing a very stingy defense. Is there a time rule?
No, only if she's inside the circle. You got 10 seconds to get rid of the ball or move outside of the circle. So she can hold that ball. She can run it all the way down the field.
Saw that happen last week a couple times with the goalie from Northridge.
That girl, she did a nice job. Now Penn starts to move the ball transition-wise. A little errant pass, but again, they pick up the ground ball.
Interception.
Ahead, knocked down by Meredith Miller.
Nice
Meredith
defense.
Miller picks it up. Nice
Good
play.
job.
Advancing up the field. We got 3 girls onto the ball. Sammy Walkley picks it up, steps out of bounds.
Too much confusion there.
Again, another unforced turnover. After you make a great play, you get it. Penn throws it away.
Kylie Morris, come on, you got
That
to
was an open stick. Yeah. First she signaled the wrong way. Foul on Penn. The girl checked an open stick. So there we go. Teach to Newman.
leads
To Palmer, who drops the ball.
Stay with it.
She stayed with it, though, and gets it back. Good job. Again, we talked about it a little bit at the break there. Turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of unforced errors right now. The Millers' defense has been pretty stout, and the offense has just been turning the ball over.
Yeah. And you're losing opportunity points right there. Those turnovers equate to opportunities lost.
Yeah, I mean, your transition is starting to move that direction, so puts a lot more pressure on the defense to get back to cover for that.
So Lady Miller is moving around, setting it up. Let's see what they can make out of this.
Oh, nice pass by Ellie to Grace. Shot flies a little wide. Nice cut by Ellie Palmer. Nice. Oh, she made a nice shot. The goalie made a nice play.
Seems like we need a little more velocity
We
on
do,
our shots.
or we need to stop shooting them at the goalie. That too.
Take your pick, right?
Yeah. The goalie has a stick on the right side. You should be shooting to the left side.
I still like that 13th woman, LaTurf.
Again, Penn goalies holding on to the ball as the Millers are covering their players pretty well defensively. Trying to pressure the goalie into a bad pass, and it worked. The ball's down on the ground.
Lady Miller's
Trying to pick it up. There we go.
and we win. Good job, Kayla Mertens, sophomore. Nice
pass, goal.
Prediction.
Dyson to Palmer for the goal.
Ellie needed that.
Yeah, she did. Great pass by Taylor. Great cut by Ellie.
Yeah,
That's how you finish.
Ellie
3-2.
needed that.
3-2 Millers with 6:42 left to play in the half. And pretty much what we'd expected to be a pretty competitive ball game. I think the Millers have missed some opportunities. They could probably have a bigger lead at this point because they've had a lot of opportunities. Same could be said for Penn. They've had Meredith stopped 3 or 4 shots so far, so they're having opportunities as well. New person on the circle for Penn, Grayson Papp, number 24, taking the draw against Taylor Geisen.
Well, we need to win this draw. Again, that's the
We do.
momentum.
That was the first draw we won on the last play.
It took a while to get benefits from it, though, didn't it?
It did. That again, see that ball never got above waistline, and a couple of those early ones I felt like did not get above that much either, and yet they let it play on. Supposed to get up over the shoulder before it's a legitimate draw. There we go. Picked up again by number 17 for Penn. She's on the attack. Good defense there by Kylie. Kylie Morris on defense, hawking her around the field here.
There.
Cut through. She needs to get through the other side there.
This is where you need a turnover again. You get another turnover, clock's burning.
Ball down.
That's
Grayson
it.
Papp on a shot, missed. Here comes the cutter. Back in. Number 22 on the assist. 3-3 with 6 minutes to play.
Definitely a different Penn team than what we saw at the opening of the season.
Oh, yeah. Opening of the season, their transition defense was absent.
Yes.
And their offense was pretty one-dimensional. Now they're moving the ball pretty effectively. At the beginning of the season, saw a lot of one-on-one play. Lacrosse is tough if you're trying to play it one-on-one.
Well, let's see. Taylor Geisen takes a breather. We got Kat Green on the draw.
Versus Cat Green.
Kat had a lot of success the other night on the draw.
Hope she's got some left in the tank. Looks like she does.
She does. Kat Green wins the draw. A very late call there.
Yeah.
Number 21. One, two, three. They have 4 girls back. He's calling offside, but I don't really see it. Unless it was in the transition. One was coming, trying to cross the line. I don't know. Hannah Potter with the ball. Defended nicely. Ooh, she had a nice cut there by Mertens. Potter
Nice.
with a shot wide. Not wild, but wide.
Well, all season long, there's obviously been a star on her and Taylor with the success they've had in their careers. People know who they are, and they play for them, right? They're ready to watch them. So
Well-
that's where our diversity's helped out so far during the season.
It has. We've had so many scorers this season. I think we've had 10 different girls score goals.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 3 or 4 others outside of Taylor, Geisen, and Hannah Potter that have a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So that's it says a lot. Taylor and Hannah get double teamed a lot, sometimes even triple teamed. So it's a great credit to them that they're able to keep their heads up,
Yeah.
pass out of situations,
You got
find
Grace
an open player.
Newman, you've got Ellie Palmer, you've got
Hannah Natvig,
Hannah Natbig, done well.
Mia Blackburn, Sammy Walkley, Kat Green. Free position shot rolled up against the goalie. Again, not taking it to the goalie with any authority. The goalie's making some easy plays. We're letting her off easy.
Well, one thing we have to have in this is a momentum shift. If we can just get going, the Millers program get going and get some scores on the board, could be the difference. But right now we're trading punches, 3-3 with 3:53 left in the first half.
We've got to convert these turnovers into points, and you got to get goals. I mean, they're giving the Millers lots of opportunities. It's time they need to start to capitalize on it.
This is a unique setup. I've not seen this all season long, but it's almost like you're waiting for somebody just to stop jogging, right? They're looking for a break.
It takes a lot of energy to do this for both teams. So what they're hoping is that one of those girls starts to run a little closer to the goalie so you can go over there and put pressure on the goalie like they did last time. Got a turnover out of it. We're down to about 3 minutes left in the half. There's the ball
There it is,
coming
one
out.
ball. Kylie Morris.
Ball down. Nope, but they get the back pin. But the Millers forced them into a play they didn't want to do. Ball down again.
It's in. Miller's got the.
It looked like Grace Hammond was in possession of the ball for a second and got it knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Gave it to Penn. So a little tough break there.
All right, Kylie Morris with a good defensive play.
Bodies all
They
over
should
the
have been
place.
blowing the
There's
whistle on that.
About 3 fouls on that play.
Yeah.
Lots of shoving.
Good defense. That's good. We needed that.
Kylie makes a great play, gets it up to Kayla, who has
There
it
we
knocked out of
go.
her stick. Just not taking care of the ball.
No, got to take care of the ball. After that, you got to take care of the ball.
And if I'm the defense, when we get to halftime, I'm having a little talk with the rest of the squad saying we're holding up our end of this deal. And
This could be, bud.
push the ball all the way back to the end of the field, chasing it down. Penn returns it back to the goalie. We attack the goalie, trying to force that turnover. There it is. Ball's on the ground. Grace Newman scoops it over to Hannah Natvig. Goalie was out of position there for a second. Back to Hannah Potter. Pulls it back out. Misses again. Noblesville tracks the ball down. Minute 15 left to go in the half. Millers see if they can finish out the half with a score here. Tight pass by Ellie Palmer. Grace Newman can't handle it.
Can't force that.
No, it was a force.
You can't force that.
Again, it's another unforced turnover. I'd sure like to know how many we had in this half. I'm guessing close to double digits already. Taylor Geisen going in to attack the goalie. Put the pressure on. The ball's on the ground. See if the Millers put great pressure on. Hannah
That's
Potter
great.
with the ground ball.
Nice pass to Geisen.
Goal!
Nice goal. Excellent. Excellent.
So great transition defensive pressure by the middies. Forced the turnover. Hannah Potter picks it up, takes a couple steps, fires it to Taylor Geisen for the goal.
All-American, score.
You know what? In big games, you're All-Americans, and your best players have got to be out there,
They have
and they've
to.
got to be delivering. And they've done it all year, and I don't anticipate that they're going to stop anytime soon. So 4-3, 26.3 seconds left to go in the half. Perhaps there's a chance to get another score here real quick before halftime.
I've seen it happen, haven't you?
This team can score in bunches quickly.
Kat Green again with the draw.
Great work, Kat Green. She's been a real help there in the draw, and that's the great thing about this team is got lots of resources.
Yes.
Green.
Taylor Geisen.
It's exactly what we talked about. So it's 23.3 left to go. It's 15.2.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. And we still have a chance to score one more.
Yes.
So Kat Green wins the draw, takes it up, finds Taylor Geisen, who puts it in the back of the net. 5-3.
You know, interesting when you talk about this. You've watched this game a lot longer than I have. You see Taylor Geisen make the move, and you look at that box, and it's like taken up by the goalie. But she knows there's a spot available for her, and she found it.
It's a sweet spot.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So with 15 seconds left, you got Lady Millers 5, Lady Kingsman 3. Let's see what we've got here again.
Again, looks like Kat's going to come out of it.
She does.
What a great job. Up ahead to Hannah Potter, who misses the shot. Gets knocked down in the process. 3 seconds left.
Shot.
Another shot by Mia Blackburn, and it'll into half. 5-3.
Hey,
Halftime and exciting.
it was an exciting first half.
It was an exciting first half when you consider the number of turnovers the Millers had, the number of draws they didn't win at the beginning of that half. 5-3's pretty good spot.
Great spot.
So it's going to put pressure on Penn to fight it out in the second half. But this is going to be another 25 minutes. This game is far from over.
Well, today's broadcast being brought to you by Hamilton County TV. It's presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating their 25 years in the business. We'd also like to thank our great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Wofford Theater, Community Health, law firm at Church, Hiddle, and Entrim, Ivy Tech, Smith Jewelers, Bold and Sassy Salon, Indiana Restoration, and Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. Watch all your Hamilton County Live sports on Hamilton County TV Live or on demand on your smart TV, Apple TV, Roku TV, phone, plus any device with the YouTube app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.hctvyoutube.com. So here we're at the half. What do you think?
Well, I think the keys still remain the same. The keys are going to be the draw, which has been the case the whole game. It's going to be that transition defense that the Millers have been able to apply. Defensively, they've played pretty solid. On that transition plays, creating the turnovers. And the third key is they've got to stop turning the ball over themselves. The Millers have just gifted the ball away after they've worked really hard to take the ball from the Kingsmen.
I got to tell you, for me, what's caught my attention is how stingy our defense is playing. We've been suspect all season long defensively, especially in the first half. But tonight, they're bringing some defense.
Like I said, if I were those four defenders at halftime, I'd be looking at my middies and my offense saying, it's time for you guys to start playing as hard as we're playing. So get it going.
I'm with you. That's been something I was hopeful to see, and we're seeing it now.
It's going to be a great 25 minutes for the right to play in the Final Four. That's what it's all about, right?
Well, in that Final Four, whoever wins tonight's matchup is going to be an interesting matchup because I don't know where they're playing at, but in the lower bracket of the Northern region, I suspect Culver's the favorite.
Culver's the higher seed versus Carmel. They played earlier this season, a one-goal finish.
Wow.
With Carmel losing by 1. So this is
And you know what we did to Carmel.
a rematch game for Carmel. And Carmel has the ability, and they're going to challenge that Culver team. And that loss was at Culver, so I just like to think that they'll have an opportunity.
Well, it will be interesting to see. I'll tell you, I've been watching the state rankings and the national rankings, and here's the thing that I think is most impressive, and this isn't just about the Lady Millers. This is about Indiana lacrosse. When you look nationally at the 2,233 the national scope, 2,233 high school women's lacrosse programs, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And there's not a lot coming out of the Midwest. You got Ohio, Michigan, but in Indiana, when I looked at the latest RPI rankings, now there's been a lot of change. So you got RPI rankings, you got win-loss rankings, and so forth, so on. But our Lady Millers ranked 116th in the nation, and then you've got Cathedral, Country Day, Culver, HSC, Carmel. You know, you start looking at this, and then it drops down. But at one point in the season, you had Country Day, who's on our schedule. We played one of our losses. They were ranked 6th in the nation on the RPI. You had Cathedral ranked 8th on this particular week. You had Eastern Kentucky, which we didn't play at Brebeuf because of the rain out. They were ranked 26th, and we were ranked 36th. To think of a Noblesville being a top 50 program at one particular time of the season, and then we had that rain season that hit us, and we lost 5 games, I think, or 4.
It's been a tough season. We've lost.
We didn't lose in a loss, but we just canceled.
We lost out on some weather at the beginning of the season because it was so stinking cold, and then the monsoons hit and wiped out another 3 or 4 games.
So when you look in central Indiana as a whole, or you could look at the state if you wanted to, but in central Indiana you've got Noblesville, Cathedral, Carmel, HSC, then you throw in Culver. Nationally ranked, very competitive, and there's a chance you could see a Culver-Noblesville matchup, right? Which would be interesting because that game was supposed to be played early in the season and got canceled.
Or a rematch of Carmel and Noblesville.
Rematch of Carmel, which at half was 9-8, and all of a sudden Carmel, I don't know what happened in the second half, but we went on a major run. It was 22-9 when this game was over. And we were scoring like every 7 seconds.
It was it was a turn of fortune.
Yes. And so now you look at that northern semi-state, and then you look at the southern semi-state, you got Cathedral. Who's going to challenge Cathedral?
They are the heavy favorite. I mean, it would take something extraordinary from somebody to knock them out. They're going to play Warren Central, who's a great story for Warren.
They've turned it around.
A newer program that they're building and growing. And they're playing in a Final 8. They're very excited about this opportunity. You've got Brebeuf and Chittard on the other side of that bracket.
So you look at that Cathedral game. not to cut you off, but look at the Cathedral game. So we're in the Cathedral game. We're losing, 9-1 at the half.
Mm-hmm.
We lose the game 15-9. It's a story of two halves, the haves and have-nots.
Well, it's a story of what we've been talking about all day. It's about the draw, and it's about turnovers, unforced errors, and it was about transition defense.
Yes,
And
throwing
all
the fourth.
and you throw all three of those in, and it's a losing combination.
And that's what happened at Cathedral. But you throw in the fourth, and you talked about it before, and Rob's talked about it a lot. Offensive transition. We were not getting passes. We were all just like single shots, right? Transition. So defense, offense, transition, turnovers, draw. They looked fast, so it's going to be exciting to see what shakes out in this whole Northern and Southern regional championships to go into this Final Four.
I'm hopeful that the Millers get a chance to match up against Cathedral again. I think that second half was a lot more indicative of those
Definitely.
two teams. I think they're both very good teams. Cathedral does move the ball really well. So
Yes, excellent. Well, my whole point in all this with the national rankings and state rankings and these different programs is what a compliment to Indiana to establish themselves, right?
Well,
Because you got the East Coast, you got California, maybe Florida, but you don't think Indiana's lacrosse.
you don't, and most college coaches don't think of Indiana and when they think of lacrosse. And so to get our programs to start to move upward, tonight's a really good example. I mean, Penn has 4 girls who are going to play at the collegiate level at Division I or Division III schools.
Yeah,
Noblesville's got 2 Division I players
and those are
going
the seniors.
next year.
We don't know what the underclassmen are going to
That's
become, right?
That's right. So right on this field, you've got 6 girls who are going to play next year at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago, there might not be 1 girl on the field who's going to play at the next level. So in a few short years, you're seeing this. I mean, I've seen college scouts now at several games this season.
Yeah,
And
that's
they've
so good.
never come to a game in Noblesville or even in central Indiana. So to your point, Indiana lacrosse is on the way up. When you consider what it's going to take to get us there, when you have 8, 9, 10, 11 players who are playing at the next level, then you've arrived. And that's what's happening. If you look out in Baltimore, you look in Virginia, you look in New York, all 11 players on the field on one team are playing collegiately.
Well, and I might add, if you look at, we'll just say the last 4 years, because your daughter, senior, going to Central Michigan, named All-American last year. You look at the last 4 years, the girls she's stepped on the field with, there's probably 30 to 40 girls out of Indiana, maybe 30, playing at the next level.
Yeah.
You look at last year's class that came out, there was a number of them.
Hey, there's a great story for Penn. One of their former graduates is proudly serving at the United States Naval Academy. She's going to be playing in the Final Four this weekend.
Ah, it's great.
So that's a great story. Great for her. Quite proud of an Indiana kid getting to play in that opportunity and being a midshipman. I mean, come on.
Doesn't get better than that.
What a way to go. So proud.
Here we are, starting the second half. Our Lady Millers leading 5, Lady Kingsman 3. We're going to start this draw off here. We got Kat Green. Let's hope she has some success this second half.
Let's keep pick up where she left off. That's for sure.
Looks like Penn gets it.
Penn comes out of it, but much better
There's an
effort. Taylor
interception by
Geisen.
Taylor Geisen.
Taylor
On the move,
Geisen.
Mia Blackburn on the run.
Misses the pass. A good pass by Taylor. We just, again, you've got to throw and catch. And the Millers are really struggling in this department today. That was a good pass, totally catchable.
Well, Lady Millers maintain possession of the ball. So let's see what we can turn out of this.
Yeah, but this is exactly what we're talking about. This was a fast break opportunity, a transition offensive play where she was behind the defense, ready to go one-on-one versus the goalie. In all likelihood, she probably is going to put that one in. And Potter finds Ellie Palmer, who throws right at the goalie. The goalie stops that one.
We need to put some fire on that ball, or we need to throw in that.
Well, again,
There's another chance for defense to step up.
you know, the goalie stick is up in the upper right-hand corner of the goal.
Cut her off, Kylie Morris.
And we keep putting the ball in that area. We're making it easy for the goalie. The sweet spot is in that lower left-hand corner down by her left ankle. She's not going to stop anything there. So another missed opportunity. We'll keep track here in this half.
Kylie Morris. She got beat. Talk about defense, good defensive position. I don't care what sport it is, a good defensive position, getting a lower base, and shuffling your feet. That's what you got to do. You got to shuffle your feet.
If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times from coaches in lacrosse. You play defense with your feet.
Yes.
And if you're
You can
swinging
play
your
baseball
stick,
with your feet. You can play football with your feet. You can play soccer
Basketball.
with your feet. Basketball. It's all about the feet.
you've
got
got to
shuffle.
move. You've got to move your body.
Yeah.
And
Lower those hips. Get low.
get your knees bent, getting good defensive posture.
So Lane Kingsman bringing it up to 4, trailing the Millers 5-4.
That was a good shot. I mean, that girl's going to be pretty tough. She's a sophomore. She has a nose for the goal. Taylor Geisen runs by that one. Penn on the pickup, heading into offense.
Good job, Aaron Wilson. I think that was a collective effort there on defense. They double teamed and created an errant pass. That's good.
Kat Green brings up to midfield. Mia Blackburn moves it up.
She's a fast one.
Finds Hannah Potter. Drops it off to Hannah Natvig. Hannah Natvig backs it back. Rotates it around to the top. Hannah Potter to Taylor Geisen. Nope. She faked it. Out to Kat Green. Miller's running a little time off the clock here. Moving the ball, setting up their offense the way that they want to run a play. Putting some pressure on the defense. Hannah finds Taylor Geisen in the middle of the field. Taylor pulls it back out. Hannah Natvig finds a shooting space violation. That's one of the things that the seniors have really done well this year, is creating these shooting space violations. It really puts the defensive under great pressure. A hard shot. Now that was a hard shot. Miller's going to retain possession. It bounced off the goalie. That one had a little smoke on it.
We need to use the turf more. It's my favorite play of the game. Other than the long passes and transition, those are always fun to watch.
And Natvig drives it in.
There she
Scores.
She doesn't listen to me. That's okay. She's better at this than I am.
Now, she shot it on the right-hand side, or on the goalie's left-hand side. That's the sweet spot. She went high. I think the best angle is that low shot down by her left ankle. That's where she's going to have trouble. 6-4, 21:41 left to go in the game, and a highly competitive, spirited match.
Much different than the start of this season. Penn, hats off to Penn. Hey, they have put it together, haven't they?
Their defense has done a good job. They're doing a lot of things well. They're fun to watch right now. I mean, this has been a good game to watch.
Well, we haven't had the luxury of seeing too many games like this because all season has been pretty lopsided. So when you can see this kind of level of play, not that we're playing our best for sure, because I bet we're easily, 15 turnovers?
Oh, yeah.
Taylor Geisen.
Win that drawback. Another pass down on the ground. Hannah Potter couldn't get it, but Hannah Natvig tracks it down. Miller's retained possession.
Well, today's broadcast, we want to thank Hamilton County Television, Hometown Television Network, for bringing this live broadcast of Indiana State Girls High School Lacrosse Tournament play.
Kat Green got herself out of a little jam there. Hannah Potter looking to find Grace Newman cutting across the middle. Can't make it happen. Foul on the play. Penn starts to move it, so another missed opportunity by the Millers. That's 2 this half already. So I am going to keep track this half just to see, because the first half was a little rough. Hannah Potter takes a swipe, misses. Almost knocked that ball loose. So Taylor Geisen, one of her areas of expertise is the interception. That girl can pick a ball out of the air like none other. And one of Hannah Potter's areas of expertise is the forced turnover, where she knocks the ball out of somebody's stick, picks it up, and goes the other way. 2 great complementary defensive players on the field when that happens. Let's see if the defense can hold for another stand here. Taylor Geisen almost intercepted that pass. It closed down on Penn. Nice pass, nice cut, good shot. Number 21 on the goal for the Kingsmen,
24, Grayson Cat.
Chloe Foley.
To number 21, Chloe.
We're now 6-5 at 19-19. That was just a nice play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that we didn't see from Penn at the beginning of this season. I think we saw it one time where they executed their offense like that and got a goal, but other than that, didn't see that from them earlier this year. So clearly they've worked hard this year, all season long, preparing for these moments.
Well, we can't have any lapses on defense. We can't have any weakness. We got to stay strong, and we got to get some offense going, maybe to turn the tide of this game. So we got Kat Green with the draw. She's won another one, it looks like.
Still fighting it out.
A little slow in the reaction there.
Penn gets it. Nope. Hannah
All right,
Potter
Hannah
wins the
Potter
draw.
won. That's crazy. All right, Kylie, be smart.
There we go, down to the middle of the field. So what she got called for there, she turned her 6 sideways. And anytime you turn your 6 sideways, you're probably going to get called for a pushing
Nice
foul.
pass.
Nice pass by Ellie. Blocked by the goalie. Nice play.
Goalie's having a good game. She's taking some shots tonight.
Well, the shots that she's getting, where she's getting to them, are on the right side, her right side. We have got to start playing to her left side for scoring purposes.
You know, if we could do an auto replay on each score, I think we've scored on her left side every time.
I think you're right.
We have to get the video truck on that.
Well, I'm just replaying in my mind real quickly, and I think maybe all but one. There we go.
There we go.
Nice pass by Geisen to Mia Blackburn for the goal. 7-5, 18 minutes to go. So what we're seeing here is 2 teams executing their offense pretty effectively here on the last 2 series. And that's good-looking lacrosse, actually. You like to see teams do that. Now, defensively, you like to see them stop it.
We got Mia Blackburn on the draw. She had a great second half in the Carmel game when we made that adjustment and put her there. She won almost, I think, all of them.
It was also one of those turning point moments. Yeah. So that's one of the things that we talked about a little bit. The depth on this team is what's really amazing.
It's got to be fun for you.
Oh,
You've been a part of this for so long, and you've got a daughter who's one of the most outstanding players in the state, if not the Midwest, maybe the country, I don't know. But it's got to be exciting for you, and you folks that have been a part of this, help build this up, to see that.
Oh, it's been wonderful. I mean, I remember many years ago, Taylor would beg Hannah and the other soccer friends to come out and play lacrosse. Just begged them. Just try it. Just try it. And when they did, boy, Hannah loved it. And it's been fun to watch this group grow and develop as players, and what they're setting up for the future. Like I said, we got a group of 8th graders that are going to come up they're going to be good.
Good
Nice.
job.
Here we go.
Hannah Potter with the forced turnover.
We needed that.
Picks up the ground ball.
As you said, they're double, triple teaming her. They're going to do that to Taylor Geisen, as they should.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
proven themselves over the years.
Oh,
See another forced.
well, we get that one back. Ellie made a
Good job, Ellie. Way to redeem
ill-advised
yourself.
pass and got lucky there to get it back, so that's good. Sometimes you get one to go your way.
You know, there's folks like girls. He recruited Kylie Morris off the basketball team, and you know, for 2 years she said no, and then finally at 1 year she said yes, and had a lot of success. Made a deep run in the state tournament at middle school, and have a lot of gratitude.
Gets blocked at the goal,
Yeah, another
Again,
high shot.
right at the goalie's net. I mean, you just can't. We have a lot of people that have been instrumental in helping to grow this girls program over the last year. The Greens, the Geisens,
Palmers.
the Palmers have been, all these folks have been instrumental in helping to grow our program. And I really think we're on a trajectory to become one of these teams that's going to be competitive every year for a state championship. And, man, had you told me that was going to be the case 5 years ago, I would have never believed you.
I remember when I met you 3 years ago. We were brand new. We're some newbies, but we're grateful for it, that's for sure.
Right.
So here we are. We're still fighting away. The
Hannah
Millers.
Potter knocks another one away. Forced
Good
turnover,
job.
ground ball. That was another missed opportunity where we created turnover and we didn't get a score out of it. So we get another turnover back. This is that key that we were talking about. We have really controlled the pressure in this middle of the field, putting the heat on them. Taylor Geisen with a free position shot, misses, but she shot it to that sweet spot, made the goalie really make a play on it.
Well, the goalie will be thinking about that again on this next round, right?
That's right.
You gotta keep her-
We got to
keep
attack
her
her on
honest.
that side. Make her earn it. Sammy Walkley with the ball. Another part of that sophomore class. Hannah Natvig runs
She's
into a little
scrappy.
trouble. Good job. She got hit in the head. She's going to take the free position shot. Hannah Natvig's had a solid 4 years contributing to this team.
Fun kid. Fun to watch.
She can pass the ball, and she can take it in. Hannah Potter, a little high to Grace. Ellie's
Ellie.
back behind the goal, scoops it
save.
up. Good job. Oh, there. Ellie finds
Yeah,
Taylor Geisen
that's-
for the goal.
That's
A catch and shoot. That
yeah,
was
but
beautiful.
It almost looked like she turned her stick around and pumped it in.
Ellie got that great play. She saw Taylor start to cut, and she just held it for a second to freeze the defense. Lobbed it in there. Taylor swipes at it as she's running by, drops it in the net.
We talked about it earlier. We get these 4, 5, 6 players on. This is a hard team to handle.
They're a load. And the thing is, you can decide you're going to take away one of them,
And
or you
somebody's gonna
decide you're
step
going
up.
to take another one.
the pressure,
But man,
Millers.
there's going to be somebody else that's coming after you, and that's tough.
It is.
So
Well, with 14-12 left, Lady Miller's leading 8-5 over Lady Kingsman. And we got Taylor Geisen on the draw. Need to win it.
we do need to win this one. Another goal here real quick would be really important. Grace Newman grabs
win
that. They get the draw. Upfield to Hannah Potter. Sees Ellie. Oh,
I thought she was going
I thought
there,
she was
too.
too. There we go. There we go. Geisen repays the assist to Ellie Palmer, who takes it up into the right corner for the goal. Another example.
That's what we were talking about when they're on.
The seniors right there.
Yeah.
You see Taylor Geisen on the draw. Grace hits Hannah, who hits Taylor, who hits Ellie.
And this is where they got to keep bringing the pressure. If they bring the pressure, teams tend to relax.
Timeout by Penn.
Timeout by Penn.
Trying to change the momentum here.
So with 13:54 left, our Lady Millers leading 9-5 over Lady Kingsman. So, hey, How do you keep this momentum going? If you're Coach Mitchell, what are you saying to your kids?
Well, I tell them I like what we're doing in the transition defense, where we're doubling and we're getting after the ball. I need that intensity to stay. We got to continue to force those turnovers, and we've got to take care of the ball. The last probably 4 or 5 minutes, the Millers have taken much better care of the ball, and it's resulted in 3 goals over that time period.
Yeah.
So,
Defense, keep doing your job. Keep the level of intensity. Move your feet. Do your job, and let the offense do what they do best.
yeah, there were games this year. Our defense,
Oh,
they didn't do anything. They sat back there.
They didn't have
and
to.
They were begging to do something. They wanted the other team to come down. I think that hurt us some, especially when we played a couple of good teams. Our defense wasn't really prepared to handle the intensity that they were going to get. So, the other night against Northridge, they had a standout player that really put the pressure on and drove the ball in to the goal, and that's challenging for us. That's good. That's a preparation thing. Cathedral, they challenge you from all fronts. They're a team much like the Millers.
they got
move the ball
11 players that
Yeah,
are bringing it.
They're good. We saw that Country Day team, very good team. They have several Division I players on that team as well, and that was a really good competitive game. But again, in each of these games, the common denominator has been the draw, and it's been turnovers, where we've really shot ourselves in the foot on the attack by making unforced errors.
Well, we got 13:54 left in this half, in this game, and we're going to crown a champion here in this bracket. And we got to look at this and think Penn's not going to go anywhere. They're tough. They're good. They have nothing to lose.
Hey, they're going to fight. Penn is a competitive in virtually every sport.
Yeah.
Up in the north, they are one of the dominant schools from northern Indiana. So these girls know how to compete. Some of them play soccer, I'm sure.
Basketball.
State champions in soccer last year. So I know we were talking earlier about football with some of them. Penn has always had a great football program and always in the Final Four.
They know how to win.
So
Good people, good families, good community. And it reminds me an awful lot like Our Lady Noblesville Lacrosse.
Yeah.
You look at the women's sports in Noblesville, in this high school class, whether it be senior down to freshman, they're awesome. You look at cross country, track, soccer, softball.
Yeah.
I mean, women's sports have done well the last few years.
We have a lot of athletes. They work hard. They participate in the strength and conditioning program.
So here we are with the draw. We got Taylor Geisen on it. We got to win this one.
This one would be big. We can get another score here. Could really put the pressure on the Kingsmen. Taylor Geisen
That's
gets
like
that
a
stick so high.
third arm. I mean,
It
that
is.
girl is so talented and with her stick skills.
And she's long. Oh, nice pass in front of the goal. Sammy hits Kat, who puts it right
where
into the goalie's net. Hannah Potter applies some good pressure there. Almost got a ground ball. Hannah Natvig hustling back down the field. This is something that we didn't see a lot of recently. Our middies in our attack are getting after it. And that's what we weren't doing the last time. I mean, they're pressuring the ball, making it tough for them to get from the defensive end to the offensive end. Ball down. There's a. All right, so they're looking to get the ball into the hands of their top players. Becca Broadwick goes behind. He's trying to set up the offense here. Good defensive posture by
Good job. on
Aaron
defense.
Wilson. Got a
Fight.
stick on the ball.
Kylie Morris in there. Oh, you got to win that.
Good defense, though. Penn with the ball back behind the goal. Looking to advance it. Here comes a move. Nice handoff.
That was a nice pass.
Oh, she dropped the ball on the way to the goal. That kind
All
of
right,
reminds
Miller's
me
with the
of
defense.
us.
Yeah. That's a force.
That's a tough pass. And Hannah Potter
Potter.
does a nice job.
Nice job. Look at her go.
Sealing off the defender to go. And oh, she had Ellie.
That big.
Goal.
Score.
There you go.
That's what we need. Pass, pass, pass.
Transition. 10-5, 11:48 to go.
There we go, Millers.
So now we need to have that last burst. We're not quite at the fourth quarter mark, I guess, but we need to keep staying tough on defense, no letdowns, keep our energy levels up.
And we need to finish them.
Yeah.
And this is the time where you continue to do what you do well, and you don't let off the gas. And now is not the time where I don't enjoy watching them pull the ball out and try and run
Stall
clock.
ball.
Yeah, that's not who this team is.
This reminds me of the Lagodi Lions back in Jack Butcher's day. He'd play four corners offense, just run the second half out. That's a basketball.
Yeah, and if that's who your team is, yes, Taylor
Another
Geisen wins another draw. So we're starting to see the things that we talked about at halftime, where the Millers are improving.
Yeah. Well,
Who
to
was
your
in the
point
draw?
about the stall, we did that a lot this year.
Oh, nice shot by Mia, blocked by the goalie though. That
Ellie
was a good
Palmer.
shot. Ellie
We did a
picks
lot
it
of
up.
that stalling when possibly we could have been working on some other things. But it got us to where we're at, and here we are now.
Taylor Geisen in the crowd, almost loses the ball, pulls it out.
Another skilled stick on her behalf.
I don't know how she pulled that out. There were four of them around her. We're down to 11 minutes left to go in the game. The Millers still up 10-5, and they are pulling the ball out a little bit, taking a breather. Now, there is time for that, where you give your girls a chance to catch a breath, to reset for a minute, and it makes the defense run around a lot, wearing them out a little bit more.
Well, this is where we talked about our defense gets sitting back here waiting for action, and they sit back and maybe get bored a little bit, and hopefully they'll have the radar still turned on, fine-tuned.
Well, I will tell you, oh, nice pass by Taylor Geisen. Ellie Palmer had a chance, but the defense closed on her really quickly. Oh, nice cut by Hannah Potter. But smart play by Ellie. No need to force the play.
Cat Green.
And Green unassisted on the goal.
Green
There we go.
rounds the corner GLE and scores for your Millers.
There we go.
11-5 with 10:13 to go. So one of the things we talked about is a number of missed opportunities in this half. The Millers have limited those. They've turned those missed opportunities into scoring in this half.
Limited turnovers.
Limited those turnovers. They've won the draw, and they've controlled the middle of the field. And, in between those restraining lines, that's the area to dominate. I know Coach always talks that she wants our defense to put so much pressure on that when they finally get across the restraining line into the offensive field, that they feel like they've earned something, that's an accomplishment.
So we lose one. Penn on the run.
Good job closing down on her on the defensive end.
At this stage in the game, this is where I don't know what coaches say to players, but at this stage in the game, you don't want to just let your guard down just to give them a point or two here and there thinking you still got it. You got to keep that pedal to the metal, right?
Yeah, and Penn's going to be challenged because they're down 6 scores now. They're going to be working hard, but they're still being patient and running their offense, which is a good sign for them. Sign of maturity and strength. So confidence that they can get themselves in the game.
Good defense. It's a push. So is that considered a blocking foul?
No, I think for hitting
Meredith.
her on the stick there.
Again, the goalie in a tough spot here. You better collapse down on her as she makes her attempt.
Oh, somebody got a stick in there.
They sure
and
did.
I think Meredith also got a stick in there. So nice job. This is the kind of defensive stand that you were talking about that you really wanted to see the Millers come up with.
Yeah, we need it. And while we're doing it, we're gaining experience of knowing how to handle it.
Ball down. So we're starting to see that they're experiencing some of those challenges that the Millers had in the first half. They're missing some opportunities. The ball's hitting the ground. They may get it back, but, time is running out on them. But I do like how they're continuing to run their offense. No panic. This is a well-coached team, and they've demonstrated that they've really improved this year, and that's awesome to see.
It's awesome for Indiana Lacrosse. You want it to be competitive. You want to see these programs grow and thrive.
Well, that's some outstanding defense right there. Hannah and Kylie pushed her all the way outside of. She was right on top of the goalie and shoved her out past the 12-meter line. Nice stop by Meredith.
Good job, defense.
Gets the ball out there to Mertens.
Kayla Mertens.
Nice. Good job.
Kaylin's a scrappy player.
She is a scrappy player.
She is in basketball, too. I've known her since she's little.
That's
Good to have girls like that.
You gotta have a little fire.
Yeah. And she's a competitor.
She is.
You got.
That was a good play. No harm. Minor issue. Two girls running hard, getting their legs all twisted up. And I can tell you, it probably feels a lot better landing on the grass here than on the turf at Hare Field. The grass is going to be a little softer when you fall like that.
Mia Blackburn.
Making a nice aggressive move.
So many good names to announce. There's so many kids that are fun to watch. You've watched them grow, they've gotten better, and they keep adding, and it's just great for our depth charts at Noblesville, great for the program, and great parents.
We do, and it's just a good community. The lacrosse community is a good community. Monday, on Memorial Day, we're going to be celebrating the annual Mike T. Foundation Mike T. game, alumni game. Mm-hmm. And Mike Trinan was a student here at Noblesville, and he got leukemia and while he was in high school. And the community really rallied around him and lifted him up. And Mike, even though he was sick, came back and helped coach. And unfortunately, he needed special treatment. Nice play by Taylor Geisen. And the community raised nearly $500,000 for his treatment. And
wow.
Unfortunately, it took a little too long, and he passed away. But they have memorialized him through the Mike T. Fund and the alumni game, and lacrosse is a big beneficiary of that love back. So we'll have an alumni boys game and alumni girls game. We're going to have it at Noblesville West Middle School, and Greek's Pizza is one of our sponsors. They'll be there with pizza. So come on out Monday afternoon after you've had all your fill of racing and basketball or whatever else you've watched for the weekend.
That's a great event. That's a great compliment to him and his family and those that have known him and support him.
Nice pass. Geisen to Newman. 12-5.
Diversifying that score, and seeing Grace score is good. She's been a regular offensively. Another senior come up through the ranks. So here we are with 5:13 left. Lady Miller's 12, Lady Kingsman 5. Let's take a moment to recognize our great sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Wofford Theater, Community Health, the law firm of Church, Hiddle, and Atram, Ivy Tech, Smith Jewelers, Bolden Sassy Salon, Indiana Restoration, and Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental.
Another draw won by the Millers. It's a tale of two halves here, isn't
It
it?
sure is.
She finds in a crowd there, but the goalie's able to pull it out. Tight pass into traffic there.
That goalie's had a heck of a game tonight.
She has. Now, what I like about Mia doing that, she's trying to get in front of the girl and stop the momentum and stop that progression. Instead of running alongside of her, you're never going to do anything running inside of her. You got to get in front of the girl. And
It's
when
like
you
basketball
do that,
between you and the basket.
yeah, once you do that,
Ball in the basket.
you change her direction, it changes her momentum. She has to do something else that allows your defense to get back into the game. No, she's wide open. That's going to be a goal. So 19 to number 4 on the goal.
And this is what I was talking about earlier, Jeff. This is where your defense, you got to maintain a level of intensity and a shutdown mindset that you're not going to get beat at the point of attack.
She was wide open, and I mean, she had time to cook dinner in there. She was in there so long.
Well, that's the thing, that to ramp that intensity level up and personally challenge yourself. I'm not going to get beat at the point of attack. I'm not going to be that one.
I like
Right?
that. I like that. Not me today.
Nope, it's not me today.
Well, we're at 12-6 with 4:20 left to go. Still, this game is competitive and it's not over. So the Millers still have some work to do to put the Kingsmen away, and Penn is certainly not going to go away easily. I'm going to redo the draw here.
Hometown Television Web Network and Hamilton County Television brings live sports broadcasts to Hamilton County and throughout the World Wide Web. Check them out on their YouTube channel and subscribe at hctvyoutube.com.
Taylor Geisen going to come up with the draw again.
It's Cat Green. So you think they'll throttle it down now, or do you think
They'll try and take some time off the clock. They'll run their offense. And they'll make Penn come out, and this is where Noblesville starts to become really opportunistic, because they're coming out to defend. That's going to mean somebody's going to get behind
Like
them
Mia
just like
Blackburn.
that, and she draws the shooting space. So that's one of the things about, when you draw the defenders out, it opens the field up. I mean, it
creates lanes?
It creates passing lanes. It creates shooting lanes. So Mia's going to take this free position shot. Let's see if she can put it in. No, the goalie makes a stop. Nice shot by Mia. She went down low and made the goalie make the play. The goalie has had a nice night.
She sure has. She's been in a tough spot a number of times.
All right, so transition defense there broke down.
Yep, and that's where Kylie Morris is way too far up. Again, not going to happen to me, right? You got to be in that mindset. Being too far up.
Well, it started back here, right at the other restraining line. People got out of shape and just blew down. Nice shot, nice stop by Meredith Hayes has had a nice game tonight.
She sure has.
Nice pass, a great clear right there.
That's
right
the transition we were looking for and we were talking about earlier.
Kayla Kubel with the ball. Kayla's had a nice season. She plays behind the net really well. Finds people cutting. And that goes back to that depth thing. So many of these girls, their contributions are in many different places. And I know that we have girls that are playing defense that could probably play offense or midfield, but they're going to, I want to be on the field and playing. Another one of those unforced moments.
Well, here we are, 157. The Lady Kingsmen in possession. Do we know the call?
I'm not sure what it is. Well, I'm looking forward to the first weekend in June, where it looks like we're going to be back here at the White River Soccer Complex to watch the Millers play.
Another Final Four appearance.
Another Final
back
Four
to back.
appearance.
Another interception by Taylor Geisen.
Taylor Geisen with the
And that should about finish this off. Great job by the Penn Kingsmen tonight. They came to play. They've definitely improved this year, and that's really got to be encouraging for them and their fans to know how much they've improved this season.
We've been a little sloppy with the stick tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, it's something we got to clean up over the next week. Got a little time to work on it, a little time to rest up. We're down to 50 seconds left in the ball game. And now you don't want to see anybody get hurt. And you just want to finish this game off.
reposition for Hannah Natvick.
So it looks like our Lady Millers will be heading back to the Final Four, the Indiana State Girls High School Lacrosse State Championship Tournament. They will be in the Final Four again, the semi-state. They'll be facing the winner of
Carmel and Culver tomorrow night.
tomorrow night.
They'll be playing at HSE tomorrow night.
So that will be an interesting matchup tomorrow night, and the outcome will indicate who the Lady Millers will be facing in next week's semi-state Final Four.
Those games will be Friday night in the semifinal round, the first two games.
On Friday night at White.
Right here at White River Soccer Complex, and then Saturday, the state championship will be 4:30 in the afternoon back here at White River. Well, there we have it, 12-6. Lady Millers.
What a game.
It was a great game.
First half.
Penn on a fantastic season.
Well, they cleaned up some of those things we talked about that they needed to in the first half, and just took care of the business. Good job.
Well, our Lady Millers will be moving on. We want to welcome you again. This is the broadcast of the Indiana State Girls High School Lacrosse State Championship Tournament. Tonight's game, Lady Millers defeat the Lady Kingsmen 12-6. Tonight's presentation was brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years in the business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors: Noblesville Trophies, Walford Theater, Community Health, the law firm of Church, Hiddle, and Atrin, Ivy Tech, Smith Jewelers, Mark Harbrandt, Bolden Sassy Salon, Indiana Restoration, and Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. We want to thank you for attending tonight's broadcast on the World Wide Web. Catch us as we broadcast other great Hamilton County high school athletics. We want to say thank you from Jeff Potter and myself, Joe Morris. We want to say thank you for joining us. And as always, we appreciate Hamilton County Television and Hometown Television Web Network. Jeff, thanks. It was a pleasure,
thank
man.
you. I enjoyed the opportunity to do this tonight, and really looking forward to seeing our girls back in the Final Four. Just getting the opportunity to play in the state championship.
Yeah. Hey,
So this is what they've been waiting for.
they got a chance now, right?
They do.
All right.
They've earned their ticket.
It's awesome. All right. Have a great night.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
To all you, thank you for attending tonight's broadcast, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great one.